Oh boy. Greetings, everyone. Greetings. Welcome to another episode of F Your Feelings Friday. I'm your melanated queen and your hostess, Lil Foxy, aka Seven Wonder. Y'all, it's been a while since I've been in the building, but I just want to say, hey, we are still blessed, okay? What we're talking about today's topic is the fact that hip hop is not a culture. It's a music genre. And the reason that I think this is so imperative to talk about is because it's chaos and confusion and pandemonium going on out here, y'all. It is so much disgrace going on in the melanated community. And that's exactly who I want to talk to today. That's exactly who I'm going to target because I don't see any other genre of music causing such destruction as what's going on right now. So, without any further ado, we're just going to get on into it, y'all. I want to send out a few messages to all the people that I would love to join. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. To everybody that's in the building, I just want to say thank you for joining me. Y'all, we're going to give thanks. Is that melanated chicks up in the building? Hold up, y'all. I gotta look at my I gotta look at my chat section. She said, "Hey, gorgeous, you are too kind, girl. You are too kind, but thank you." Yeah, I flat ironed my hair and the heat got to it. So I put this little scarf around because I'm trying to tame my edges, y'all. But yeah, I want to get into this whole thing about hip hop being a culture because I've been seeing a whole lot of podcasts talking about hip hop as a culture, the rap culture, and I don't know why we have to have a music genre as our culture. What's up, Solar God? Thank you for showing up. He's in the building. All right. I love when my people show up. Thank you so much. You're making me blush, y'all. But anyway, let me show y'all my new gear, what we got going on. As you see, I designed this myself. It's called Living Legends. Okay. And this came with some shorts. Y'all probably, I will have to stand up for y'all to see the whole ensemble, but it has a pair of shorts to match. This is a whole set that I designed myself. It comes in an assortment of colors. Y'all know if y'all want to order anything, just hit me up. BGAB all day, every day. We're going to stay winning around here. Brown girls are beautiful, okay? So, without any further ado, y'all, if y'all want to hop on, thank you so much. If y'all want to hop on, you know you're more than welcome to take the floor. But I want to get into the definition of what is a culture before we begin, because I think people have gotten stuff misconstrued, okay? When they want to tell us that we're living in a hip hop culture, we're living in a rap culture, but I don't see anybody else using a music genre as a culture but the melanated community, which always leads to what? Death and destruction of our community and our people. And it's sickening. And at some point, we got to start growing up. We got to, thank you. We got to start growing up. It is so sad to see people in their 30s, 40s, 50s thinking it's cute to whistle while you twerk. Everybody want to be twerking on Instagram, live streaming. Everybody wants to be ratchet. Everybody wants to be hood, project, and ghetto. Okay. And now what is that doing? It's setting the consensus that all of our melanated females are nothing better and I'll have nothing more to offer than twerking on Instagram live. Okay. Even the dudes are getting tired of the ratchetness, y'all. And let's not even get on the BBL surgeries that's going on out here. Let's not get on the fact that people are losing their lives for strangers because who are you trying to impress? So that's why we're going to get into this whole situation of rap culture and the hip hop genre. Okay. We got to get into it because that's not our culture. That is not our culture, y'all. This is something that people keep putting on the social media platforms that that's a culture. That's not a culture. The twerk mess is overrated. Exactly right. It's too much. It's gone way too far, y'all. So let me give you the definition. If I can share my screen, y'all, it's been so long since I've done this, but I might just have to read it. If I can't show you, I might, and then I'm pulling this up from the Merriam-Webster dictionary. Let me see if I can share this with y'all. What does the Merriam-Webster dictionary say about culture? You know why I'm choosing Merriam-Webster dictionary? Because I'm not going for Google. I'm going for the dictionary that we used to use when we were in school. Okay. This is what we used to use. So let me see if I can present. It's been so long, y'all. So please bear with me. Okay, and then share. All right. And then it says share screen. I'm going to share the screen. And then we want to go to right here where it says culture, the definition in the meaning, y'all. Okay, I think she's in the building. Can y'all see this? I'm trying to see if you can see it because my other screen is a little behind. Let me, it looks like, am I sharing it? All right, it looks like it's being shared. Culture, okay? And as you can see on the side, it says Merriam-Webster Dictionary. What is culture? Culture is a noun, okay? I know a lot of people think that culture means Cardi B's child, but no. Culture is the customary beliefs and social forms and material traits of a racial, religious, or social group, you all. Let's rewind that back. The customary beliefs. So let me ask you, is everybody's customary beliefs in alignment when they keep saying the rap culture, the hip hop culture, and they want to place that upon melanated people as a whole? Okay, and what does that embody? Because we're going to delve deeper into that. Also, the characteristic features of everyday existence, such as diversions or a way of life shared by people in a place or time. Okay. The set of shared attitudes, values, and goals and practices that characterizes an institution or organization. Does everybody have the same practices, values, and goals and attitudes when it comes to twerking all over Instagram? I think's not. That's why you have so many young melanated females still going to college, still building businesses, still trying to get an education for themselves because they know that the twerk culture is leading them down a path of nowhere fast. It says the integrated pattern of human knowledge, belief, and behavior that depends upon the capacity for learning and transmitting knowledge to succeeding generations. I repeat, succeeding generations. That means what comes after you, what's going to succeed after you. Is twerking and getting high and getting drunk going to be something that you want to pass on to your children? The enlightenment and excellence of taste acquired by intellectual and aesthetic training. Okay. There's nothing intellectual about continuing to see people twerk all over Instagram. The act or process of cultivating living materials such as bacteria. Okay, so they're talking about when you take a sample, like a culture, you could use that too, in the context. But you'll get the meaning. Okay, I don't think I need to keep on reading. I think everybody gets the point here. All right. Yes, please like, share, and subscribe, everyone, because we gotta go over what's going on here, and I need to let the people know on BGAB TV. Follow me on Instagram, y'all. I gotta let the people know that I'm live. So let me let me do this real quick, y'all. This is it ratchet? Is it ratchet if I do this real quick? I'm gonna let them know I'm live right now. I'm live right now. Come check me out. Yeah, I'm so last minute because let me tell you what happened. I had technical difficulties. I had technical difficulties, y'all. All right, so I'm doing this right now while I'm talking to y'all. Hey, everybody. It is your girl, BGAB, and founder of CEO of Brown Girls Are Beautiful. We're live right now. Come check me out on Brown Girls Are Beautiful. We're on YouTube. We're talking about the fact that hip hop is not a culture. Rap is not a culture. It is a music genre. So make sure y'all come check me out. Thank you. Okay. Shouts out to me, y'all. We are live now. Come check us out, y'all. Okay. Just had to get in there real quick and hit share. Post it to the story real quick. But anyway, let's keep going, y'all. Because I want some of y'all to come up here with me too. Our so-called culture is trash as F. Oh, you so happy to see me. I'm so happy that y'all showed up for me. Thank you. And our culture is trash. It is. It is. And that's why I'm talking about it, because it's gotten out of control. It's ridiculous. There's no reason for it. And I'm tired of it. To be honest, I'm tired of it, y'all. Because let me tell y'all, we already know as melanated people, we go through enough as it is, right? We go through police brutality. We go through being economically disenfranchised, meaning that if we get a job, we get paid less, we're getting treated the worst on a job. We just go through it. We're targeted in so many ways. The last thing we need to do is be basically messing our own selves up. And why are we doing this? I don't even know. I don't even know. No, you're not wretched. You're fire. I love that orange color. Thank you. I'm about to take this little thing off. I was just trying to lay my hair flat, y'all. Cause this stuff didn't, y'all. Anyway, but it's all mines. So let's get into it, y'all. Cause I mean, let's go. Let's run down the line. Something just fell. Let's run down the line. Let's take it back, y'all, to the 80s. Who remembers the 80s? Some of y'all remembers the 80s because some of y'all are 80s babies up in here, okay? And some of y'all might remember the 70s. You might even go back to the 60s. But one thing I can tell y'all is that people had more of a decorum. People had more class. Right now, there's no class. It's just hood rat, project, ghetto, and wretchedness going on. And you want to call that a culture. So we were talking earlier about, I don't even know if y'all remember the Sugar Hill Gang, if y'all remember Curtis Blow, if y'all remember any of that. That's when people actually had lyrics in their rap lyrics, okay? People actually had lyrics. People told stories. People actually talked about having a good time. People were not talking about a bunch of drinking, a bunch of doing drugs, a bunch of killing, a bunch of robbing, a bunch of stabbing, just a whole bunch of nonsense, destruction and death. That was not going on. You know, people talked about having a good time. Fast forward to the 90s, y'all. What did people talk about? Love songs. You know what I'm saying? LL Cool J, Total. You know what I'm saying? People still had good feel music. And like right now, you can play those same songs and it still has the same effect. You might feel better listening to the 90s music than you do listening to what's going on now on the radio. I don't listen to the radio, and I know a lot of y'all don't listen to it because it's the frequencies are so low vibrational. Then fast forward to like the early 2000s, music started to switch up just a little bit. Rap started being a little bit more popular, but it was still in that in-between phase because you had Destiny's Child coming out, you had Jay-Z coming out, and you had like all that era going on, right? Then after that took place, it started getting more intense when it came to the rap, right? Hold on, yeah. I'm trying to read my comments at the same time. So you know what I'm saying? Then you had your different sectors of rap because you had the West Coast with what was it, West Side Connection. You had oh, what was his name? Yeah, Ice Cube and that light skinned dude that T-Ball's married, Matt 10. Yay, yay. You remember them. Okay, you had Bone Thugs and Harmony back in East 1999. Crazy Bone, Lazy Bone, Wishbone, all of them bones, right? Bone Thugs and Harmony. You know, wake up. It's the first of the month. It was still like a little flow to it. And then what do we have? You had that. You had the Biggie and the Tupac. Okay, we already know Tupac was quote unquote gangster. Biggie was talking about Versace and all of that. He had the little vibe with him. Bad Boy came out. That was a whole movement in itself. Mace, you know what I'm saying? Bad boy. You make me feel so good. You know, you make me feel so good, But you know what I'm saying? Those were the songs. And then they introduced Lil' Kim, right? And I can't even say anything because I was listening to Lil' Kim back in the day, when we were going to school, we were listening to Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown and all of that. And, I feel like they had a little flow to them. I feel like they had some talent. They had style. They started mesmerizing the people because that's when videos started being real popular, like in the 90s and the 2000s. So we saw like, we saw like the wigs, and the hair and the makeup and all these costumes is what they were. So you're not going to see real people like actually just dressing like that in the regular public. Now we are seeing people with green hair and blue hair and purple hair and Care Bear hair and all of this different colors of the rainbow, like just a lot going on, right? So keep going, trucking along. I said Destiny's Child, Beyonce and them, they came out. R&B was still there, but not all the way there. And then I don't know what happened, but the more the 2000s kept progressing, the more ratchet and ghetto the music got, and the more it started turning into more destruction. So, yeah, I took some notes because of the stuff that I wanted to talk about here. Rap and hip hop are not the same. You make a very, very valid point there, Miss Melanated Chicks. So, what I want to say is the fact that rap and hip hop are not the same, but a lot of people group them together when I hear them talking about it on these podcasts because they keep saying the rap culture, the rap culture, the hip hop culture. I feel like this is not a culture for everyone. Don't group all melanated people into this because we are not all the same. Shout out to the 100% juice, y'all. This is black cherry juice. Mm, 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 mm. It's not all the same. Now we've gotten to the fact of what? It's my baby mama. I want y'all support. And why am I saying it? Because I was listening to Lil Chat and 3 6 Mafia and Project Pat, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Riding on the way to school. I was listening to all of that. The difference is a lot of people are unfortunately influenced by this music. So you got to have a strong, sound mind not to be influenced by entertainment. And see, let's break down the word entertainment, right? Enter, enter, means to enter your mind. Tain, to contain something, TAIN. You enter the mind and you contain the mind. Ment, that's MENT, talking about your mental mind control. So they want to enter your mind, contain your mind, and take over your mentality. That's why entertainers make so much money, because they know that if they can continue to influence our young melanated youth, they're going to basically sabotage the entire melanated culture. And we just, somebody has to say something, somebody has to speak up, because it's gone way too far at this point, right? So when we get to the baby mama thing, y'all remember that song that came out in like 1999? Who that is? That's just my baby daddy. Who that is? That's just my baby daddy. T-Bert, that's just my baby daddy. Why every time I call, it's the same thing. You got to be on the phone with Elaine or either Shauna. Donna, T-Bert, gonna call you back. I'm on the phone with my mama. Quit lying, girl. So remember, that's how we got introduced to the baby mama, baby daddy culture. If y'all didn't remember, that was like in 1999 or something like that. And everybody thought it was cute to have a baby mama and a baby daddy, because you know what that sets the premise for? That we don't need a 2-parent household. We just need one parent and we can raise these kids by ourselves. No, you cannot. That's why we got so much poverty going on right now. This is why so many children are disenfranchised and underprivileged, because they don't have both parents. It's not fair to the child that people are doing this because they think it's cute. Or I'm just going to have a baby with this person because I think it's going to have cute features. My baby going to have good hair. My baby going to have cute eyes. I've even heard someone say their baby they already knew they were going to have mixed children. Like, I don't even know who thinks of stuff like that in their 20s, but it's people out there that think like that, unfortunately, instead of saying, you know what, I hope my child comes out healthy and is happy and has a successful life. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to offer them the best that I can so they don't have to struggle like I did. But y'all talking about superficial features. You don't even know if that child is going to get those features. You know who actually can order their children? Entertainers. They can do it. But I digress. Let's keep going on. So we got the absentee parents, we got the absentee fathers, we got children having children, right? Because I was having this conversation yesterday. Shout out to VTV. I'm going to just tell y'all, out in Virginia, I didn't even know about it, but apparently there was like an 18-year-old that was graduating okay, out at the George Wythe High School, y'all, out in Richmond, Virginia, and it made national news. I knew nothing about it. Nobody told me. I just found out. Nobody told me. Okay, shout out to Anthony Hamilton. But yeah, so I found out that the dude at George Wythe High School got shot up, him and his father, right at the graduation. Now that's sad because it's broad daylight. Um, and apparently 10 people got injured or something like that. But the boy died. Him and his father died in this shootout. And allegedly, I don't know how true this is, but they're saying apparently this boy might have been involved with the shooting of someone else 2 weeks prior, and the person may have not survived. Where are we getting this type of behavior from? I'm going to attribute it to a lot of what we see on TV and these rap lyrics. I think it's cute to get guns and come out here and start shooting people up and proving how gangster they feel that they really are. There's nothing cute about death, okay? It's nothing advertising about dying. So all the rappers that want to talk about, oh, I got shot 5 times, 9 times, 10 times, and I still survived. You are just lucky, because if you keep getting shot, eventually what do you think is going to happen? Okay? So we got to attribute to some of this to, like, you want to talk about hip hop culture and rap culture. What are they continually talking about in rap lyrics? KILLING, stabbing, murdering, prostituting, using people for money, disposing women. Every woman is a slut. Every woman is a HOE, okay? A tool from the garden. Everybody's a twerkaholic. It's cute to be a city girl. It's cute to act like you don't have children that's watching you, especially, it don't even matter if it's a female, but if whatever type of child you have, a male child, a female child, you don't want your child thinking that this is how a female is supposed to conduct herself in a public setting. Like, it's sickening, it's ridiculous, and it's actually degrading, and it's embarrassing as a melanated female watching this behavior continue to be paraded, not just by melanated culture, but by people that sit on these platforms that's promoting this music. And they're not doing it to any other culture but this culture. Then we go on to the fact that people always want to talk about how much they're stunting. I'm the number one stunner. Shout out to Baby and Cash Money Records. Okay, I was back there with the gator boots and the pimped out Gucci suit. I mean, I was a part of all of that. Ain't got no job, but I stay sharp. But you know what? I did have a car, and it was in my mama's name. But guess what? I still paid for that car, and I did have a job. So even still, they try to make it sound cute that you don't have anything going on for yourself, but you still stunting on everybody else. That's not cute, y'all. When you see other cultures in their 20s, 25, early 20s, starting businesses, and you're in your 20s still living at home, playing video games, there's nothing cute about sitting around smoking weed all day, getting high and drinking, robbing people. That's not attractive. Okay? And then what else we want to talk about? The destruction, the negativity, the negative vibes, that everything that it sends out to people. We want to talk about all of that. Pull up the CD covers, y'all. What do you see on the CD covers? Explicit lyrics. Every CD cover is explicit, 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 because you feel like profanity makes the music more interesting, I guess. The promiscuity of the women. I mean, and we all can revert back to that Lil Kim album cover. Okay, everybody, it's a notorious, okay, album cover. Everybody remembers. And then Nicki Minaj decided she wanted to do the same thing with a lollipop in her mouth. So it has to get raunchier and more ratchet and more promiscuous and more project and more get like, who can outdo the next one? I mean, it's a competition at this point, running neck and neck, running rampant. Then we talk about the degradation of women. So at what point do we get tired of every female is a B word? When do we get tired of that? When do we get tired of every woman is a HOE? She is everything outside of her name. How many times do we hear about people getting used for money, whether it's the woman using the man for money? That's all he's good for. Give me the money, 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 money. Like she can't make her own money, 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 money. Or he's using her and then he kicked her out the car. I mean, we already know where all this stuff comes from. Growing up being hypersexual, this stuff is not cute because it's going subconsciously in the minds of children. And this is why we see a lot of our melanated males being hypersexualized at a young age. This is why you have a lot of teenage, promiscuity because they think it's cute, because they want to impress one another. It's a lot of hyper masculine male toxicity going on in the music. You got to prove how tough you are. All of that stuff is a facade. It's not real. Because if these men were this hyper masculine, then how come when they get in front of a police officer, then nobody can stand up to the police officer? Okay. When they're behind bars, nobody can stand up to the police behind bars and to the judge. Okay. Everybody all of a sudden changes their whole facade. And when they're in front of the public law. But when they're on, listening to these records in front of their peers, they're the toughest, they're the most gangster, they're this and they're that. But when something really goes on with our melanated women and they need men to stand up and back them up, where are they then? Oh, they cannot be found. Toxic relationships, that's another thing that's promoted in this quote unquote rap culture or hip hop culture, whatever you want to call it. It's got to always be dysfunctional. It's always got to be we're not together. I'm messing with your cousin. I want your brother, your sister. I'm messing with your friend. Uh, just a whole bunch of ratchetness and dysfunctional nonsense. And this is what they're pushing to the melanated community. And you want to know why? So many of them are divorced. So many of them are single parents. And so many of them are unhappy right now. Okay. Sitting in a house with children that they have to deal with. And the father's not there because they're being told to use the man for money, have a baby by him. What did 50 Cent say? Have a baby by me. Be a millionaire. That's what he said, right? So that's what you see these women are doing. And these men are going around having all these children with all these other women. And then these other females are getting jealous. Then they going back and forth on Twitter, on social media, on YouTube, looking like complete fools, okay? And clowns. Toxic communities is what it's breeding, okay? That is another bullet point that I have. A whole toxic community out here. And then if you're not one to partake in the nonsense, they're looking at you like something's wrong with you because you're not acting crazy, ratchet, ghetto, project. What they say? Ratchet, bougie, classic. What's happening? No, everybody's not doing that. Because if people really were acting like that, nobody would be going to work. Nobody would be raising children. Nobody would be getting anything done of legitimacy. Okay. You have a lot of melanated female judges. They don't talk about that. There are a lot of female professors that are melanated doing things out here. Melanated doctors. That's not paraded. That's not promoted. That's not talked about in music. Everything is about a stripper or a prostitute, and it's getting sick. What's good, knowledge seeker? What's good, knowledge seeker? I didn't even know you were in the building. And I saw your last video too. You are so funny talking. You're hilarious, knowledge seeker. Hello, Queen. Long time no see. I know it. Yeah, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, man. And I hope the message does get out. Tell it like it is. Now, it was just something that I wanted to talk about. I'm not gonna be on here much longer, too long. I'm gonna cut it, kind of short. But I just felt like, you know what? It was something that was pressing on my heart, on my energy. And I said, I just want to get into it because it's getting out of control. It really is. Like when you start being in your 40s and approaching your 50s, and then if you're in your 50s and you don't want to act the age that you are, you want to act like you're not a grandparent. You want to act like you're still 20 years old, 24 years old, 22. You want to act like a teenager. But you have teenagers that you're raising. So who sets the example? Yes, it's F Your Feelings Friday, knowledge seeker. Okay, tell the world. We don't care about these people's feelings. It's F Your Feelings if you don't like this message because I'm telling the truth. And I just feel that it's very berating as a melanated female to be a part of this community and see the nonsense that's taking place. Every female is not that way. And this is why you get so many males thinking they can treat females any type of way, and they cannot. This is why you get a lot of females that don't understand their value because they don't put any value on themselves. Your value, you know what I'm saying, says a lot about how you present yourself to the world. You said all rappers now talk about Percocets, Percocet, Molly Percocet, face off. All right, what's that? That's Future. Mask off, mask off. I might listen to it, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm not going to the concerts. I'm not spending my money on it. The only thing that I would support is like real R&B. And y'all know how I love some Anthony Hamilton. I will definitely spend money on him. But anything that's promoting the detriment of me and my community, my people, and like if you're raising, children in this society, it's very disheartening because they are introduced to so much right now and you cannot shield them from it. It's impossible. It's all over the TV, the internet, the cell phones, the social media, and you can say, oh yeah, I monitor my child and but it's so much that's going on that you cannot keep them away from everything because they have friends, and if they go to a friend's house they're going to be exposed. I know back in the day the worst people probably had to worry about was like the children looking at some type of magazine, but now it's just everything is digitalized. They don't care about the children. This is the agenda to destroy the youth, y'all. You said our enemies have weaponized hip hop at this point. Yes, they have. And the youth really think this is the way to go, and it's not. It's not. Somebody has to speak up. If the parents are not speaking up, somebody needs to let them know this is not the way to go. You said black hair, Asian kids, Mexican kids, white kids. Yeah, they're not pushing that narrative. Excuse the typo. The female rappers talk about, yeah, and kiss. That's right. That's exactly right. Spreading diseases is what's going on around here. But I was trying to say children of all races think that this is the way to go when they listen to rap music. But and the children of other nationalities, they're not growing up like this. A lot of them are not growing up that way. Mm-mm. Yeah. People look, I have to say this. People look at melanated people for entertainment purposes, okay? We are entertaining people, whether you are a jokester. A lot of males are like funny, clownish type people. They're real funny to laugh at. They're entertaining. They have a lot of energy. They're very animated. Melanated people, because I think it's the fabric of our DNA, we are just that way. We bring life to a lot of stuff. So even when they play sports, you take all the melanated people out the NBA, who's going to watch basketball? If you take all the melanated people out of the NFL, who's going to watch football? Nobody, because it's going to be boring. So you take the melanated genre of music away, who's going to want to really listen to it? A lot of people have started to migrate to hip hop and rap, even the Asians, the Caucasians, but it's for entertainment. They don't live their lives that way. They don't want to live in dysfunction. Okay. Melanated people think this is the way to live. I want to be dysfunctional and I want to be backwards because that seems natural to me, even though I know it's not right, but I don't feel right being normal. I want to be dysfunctional. So this is the messed up mindset that females have, not just females, that melanated people have adapted to. Okay. They want to be dysfunctional on purpose, y'all. And it's nonsense. You said it's co-ed restrooms in the airports. Sickening. Okay. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it because Your live stream is messing up on my end. They do not want this message out. Are you serious? Are they messing with my live stream, y'all? You said right. Y'all see, look at this. I got to put my edge control back on. The elementary schools have Pride Week. Are you serious? They just had Pride Week. Kinder through sixth grade. Give the child a chance to know what they want to do in life. Like, don't be pushing this agenda on them at that age. Like, I think you need to leave that to the parents. That shouldn't be taught in school, y'all. That's just really overstepping the boundaries. Honestly, it is. When we were in school, we were not subjected to this type of stuff, y'all. We were not. We were not, y'all. Anyway, the elementary. I'm gonna y'all I forgot how to freaking drop the link. I'm going to drop the link if anybody wants to come up. But I mean, just the nonsense of it all. They want us to be backwards living in this world. They don't want us to have like a two-parent household. They don't want the melanated family to exist, which is why Bill Cosby got locked up. That's why they took Different World off the air. Bill Cosby got taken off the air. We don't see Family Matters anymore. We don't see any type of melanated communal families going on TV. Everything is like, oh yeah, the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Those women are not even wives anymore. And then they're bickering and arguing and getting surgery. You know what I'm saying? All the nonsense that goes on. You said nothing against gay people. What's a good knowledge seeker? I'm gonna bring you up in a second. But we need to cancel the LGBT. You know what? This is how I feel about it. How do they get more rights than we do? And we've been fighting. We've been fighting since what, the 60s? We've been fighting since for decades, and we can't get any rights. Nobody will acknowledge us. But they got all the rights in the world to march up and down the street, right? You said drop the link. I dropped the link. Well, you know, the owners of Target stores have infant and newborn pride wear in the stores. I think they canceled that because people started complaining. Why would you push that narrative on an infant? This is getting way out of control. No type of family programs are not aired anymore. And then on top of it, they are taking men and trying to make them have children. Do you know that is basically an insult to real women out here? They are trying to have men, making men have children. That is sick and is backwards. And now they're trying to play and overstep the boundaries of playing God. All right, y'all. Please welcome knowledge seeker into the building. How you doing, Mr. Knowledge Seeker?
I'm doing fantastic today. God bless everyone in the building. It's good to be back. We're dusting off the cobwebs once again. It's been a while since we've done something like this.
That's right. That's right. Yes. So, I just, wanted to come on here and talk about it because I just think it's getting way out of control. And if somebody doesn't come out and start saying something, then it's just going to continue to spread like wildfire. And like all the things that y'all said in the comment, I feel like they definitely apply to this conversation. Yeah, excuse me, I'm messing with my nails. But yeah, like, as far as having the bathrooms being both gendered, I think if you send your daughter or your child to the bathroom, you don't know who they're going to be in the bathroom with. So now you have to literally walk your child to the bathroom because you can't trust them in there. You don't know what's going on. And I just think it's a disgrace that they would be pushing this narrative and this agenda on our children like that.
I really agree because these corporations and companies don't go hard for Black History Month. I never see Google or like these big corporations hand out Black History Month T-shirts or bringing full awareness to our history. But then
Ever.
there's so much stuff done for the LGBT community, and I like nothing against anybody who's gay, though. I am a straight man, heterosexual man myself, though. But I will say that community, they are promoting debauchery behavior and they are part of white supremacy. The LGBT community is part of white supremacy at its finest. At its finest.
I actually saw a video. I think it was late last night, early this AM, where they had one of those marches out in, I believe, Pennsylvania, and they actually arrested this Caucasian guy because he was out there quoting a Bible scripture now. And soon as he said the word God, the police officer got mad and very upset and agitated and just arrested the guy right there on the spot, threw him against the wall, put him under arrest. The man didn't get to say but 3 words, and he just arrested the guy because the guy was against the gay pride parade, right? And he was just trying to quote the words from the Bible. But I'm just saying, like, what is it so special about that community that they get to parade all over the streets? But when you have like a Million Man March, if you have our own community trying to get together to formulate something, it's always dismantled before they can even start it. And they don't get to have a movement. We don't get to have laws passed for us. Barack Obama never passed any laws for us.
But he
He,
definitely, thanks to Barack Obama, somebody can get 25 years to life for burning down a gay flag, and like, but you can kill a black person and not get that much time. I mean, what type of world are we living in where I can get 25 years for murder? I mean, for burning down a gay flag, but I can get probably 2 or 3 years for killing my own kind.
right. And I notice all around this globe, it's okay for melanated people to still continue to be treated as if we're inhumane. For example, I'm going to give you another instance of what happens. I was talking to this girl yesterday, right? And
Hmm.
she's from St. Petersburg, Florida. And she was telling me that she was asleep in the car and her boyfriend was driving. Now, lo and behold, the boyfriend came up on a police officer, and I guess he panicked, right? So he must have made eye contact with the police officer. And now this was where he was wrong. He started kind of like running from the police. Like, I guess he acted kind of guilty. You know how like you're trying to get away from the police? The police wasn't even chasing him at that point. Well,
Hmm.
this must have sparked something in the police's head and said, oh, well, he's acting guilty. Let me chase him, right? So they go on like a chase or whatever. And they go around a corner, and the way she described it, they got hit first from the passenger side. Like they literally hit the car from the passenger side and then hit the car again. But she said they rammed the car. And she said she got hurt. Her boyfriend got hurt. Said they dragged him out of the car. Okay. And the way she described it, it was so gruesome. She said they tried to kill us. She said, I thought we were not going to make it. She said, I really thought we were going to die.
That's
All of
heartbreaking.
this was over a suspended driver's license. He hadn't robbed anyone. He had not committed a crime. He didn't steal, stab anybody. He had not hurt anyone because he had a suspended driver's license. They didn't even know his driver's license was suspended because he was driving her car. And she told me, she said her vehicle wasn't even like a missing, it was not like a vehicle on high alert because she hadn't had any priors with her car. She had a 2022 Toyota. And she said she hadn't been in any trouble with her
Oh
car.
my God.
Right. And the way the police, and she said the police, it took them 15 minutes to get their story straight. They had to take the police that rammed them. They had to take his vehicle to the tow yard because neither vehicle was drivable anymore. So what I'm saying is, it's okay to treat our people as if we are not human. There was no need to ram the vehicle on the passenger side and then ram it again on whatever side they ran. Like, you really could have killed these people. I could see if, yeah, like we just, KILLED someone and they were in a high speed pursuit. It was not like that.
Hmm.
But these police officers are just taking things way too far,
That's
way out of
heartbreaking.
control.
That's heartbreaking.
It is. I told her, I said I could not listen to much more of her story. I was getting upset. I told her I hope she contacts an attorney because it's disgusting. Things like that does not get public attention, but you can sit up here, okay, and go marching in one of these pride parades, and that gets plastered all over the TV screen. I froze up. Am I freezing y'all? They must be messing with me.
Now they are. I mean, the
Really?
stream on my end was messing up when I first hopped in. It kept on logging me out, and it was freeze framing everywhere, saying connection bad. They do not want this message out here.
Well, let me see something. I'm gonna check my connection. It looks like all my bars are lit up on my computer. So that's interesting. Next time I might come on here and I might be on Zoom, but I like StreamYard because then I can look at your comments. It's more interactive. I can bring y'all up. But I don't know what's going on, Knowledge Secret. But thank y'all for letting me know this. Yeah. But I just wanted to share that because, it was very disheartening to hear her story. And there's so many other stories like that go on. And that's why I say it's important for us to set the precedence as a people that we are more, far much more than what this music portrays us. Social media wants to put out here. We're not hood rat, project, ghetto, promiscuous females. What's good, Black Revolutionary TV in the building? You pulled up. You said peace and love to you, Melanated Queen. How are you and how you been? Long time, Queen. Miss you, and I'm glad to see you building on YouTube. I'm out on the road, but wanted to show some love. I am so glad you pulled up. I thought about you yesterday, and I mentioned you yesterday. Shout out to my Canadian King out there.
Hmm.
Um, Definitely many blessings to him. But yeah, so Knowledge Seeker, I saw your video that you posted about Beyonce, and I was laughing when it popped up. And I saw you had put some more stuff up there too on your platform. Everybody, make sure you check out Knowledge Seeker. He has a YouTube channel. He's very entertaining and funny.
Thank you. Everybody says that.
You are, man. You are. We knew. I mean, because like, you need laughter in your life to get through the day. I'm telling you, because these days be trying. I don't know what's going on. And that's another thing I wanted to say. I don't know what's going on with the air pollution, the air quality control, but I've been seeing that that's a big issue going on out in New York and different states. I feel like it could be another attack that the government has planned, to cause people to have lung issues, breathing issues. I can't breathe. They want to push that narrative all over again. So y'all just make sure you real careful out here. It's unfortunate that the natural resources that we should have to be free to us, we're being charged for, such as, people in the hospital are getting charged for oxygen, being on oxygen tanks, people, water, natural resources, all of us need it. All of us are charged for it. And that's why I say, as human beings, we're supposed to be the most intelligent, but we're the ones that we pay for all of the things we need. Animals, birds live for free. Fish, they swim the waters for free. But every time man gets involved, it's like they start pillaging the earth and ruining stuff. I was talking to another lady earlier, and she told me she was so scared because she ended up running into a black bear, y'all. Literally, she ran her car into a black bear.
Oh
And
my God.
she was, yeah, she said it was a big one and he was bleeding. And I was just telling her, I said, did he survive? She said, well, he ran off, but he ran off real fast. And I said, but they're knocking down all the trees. And I think she said she's in Pennsylvania too, or she I forgot. I think she's in Pennsylvania. But I'm just like, everywhere they're knocking down all the trees, so the animals don't have anywhere to go. So now when they're being exposed and you see deer and you seeing coyotes and all these things, is because you've knocked down their natural habitat, so they have nowhere else to go. They're going to be in your backyard, they're going to be on the road. Someone took a bulldozer and just came and knocked down your home. What would you do? You'd be out there wandering around too. So it's crazy, man, how all this
But
stuff goes on.
they destroying the planet, bruh.
Yeah, they are. And it's, capitalism at its finest. And it's just so many buildings out here that people could renovate, but they just sit there until they decide that they want to gentrify. Messing with the air and the trees, man. It's sad. It's sad. And I did see where they didn't want people growing their own gardens. I watched documentaries on Netflix when they said they did not want the farmers using their own seeds. So they want these hybrid seeds to be planted. That's why all the fruit that we have no longer have seeds in them. So we cannot grow our own food, y'all. And it's just an attack against our people. So we got far more things to worry about than to sit up here and continue to try to be, track queens and city girl wannabes. You know what I'm saying? Like, start planning for something that's really going to empower your children and the youth, because the day is coming where we probably won't be able to be so dependent on the stores anymore. And I think that's another thing. They want to distract us with nonsense, like keeping people inundated with being high. Now, like the weed that's going on, a lot of these states have legalized marijuana, but I say be very, very careful about that, because if they legalize it, trust me, it's for a reason. And they probably have already weaponized the weed and the marijuana. So I would be real careful with that. People think it's cool. People think, oh, yeah, I'm going to just stay high out of my mind. They want you high out of your mind so you're not thinking properly, so they can keep pushing their agenda. They're going to have you high, sending you to a concentration camp, sending you to a FEMA camp one day.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Solar God said, yeah, it's bad out in VA, I heard. Man, what, they messing with the air? They're trying to blame it on the Canada wildfires. Ain't
I
no
don't believe that.
Canadian, huh?
I don't believe that. I don't believe the smoke from Canada travels all the way to New York. Like this just seems very
They
weird.
think they knowledge seeker. I'm telling you, they think this is how dumb they think we are. It is sad. You said you're going to see more wildlife coming out to the cities. And Black Revolutionary said, peace and love to you, Queen Melanated Chicks. Oh, that's what's up. I say that all the time. Shout out to T-Bay. I don't trust the weed. That's what I'm telling you. And Melanated Chick said, I read a sign in a new development that stated, watch for wild animals. Right. Absolutely. It's in Philly too. See, so it's going all around the United States, y'all. And I wouldn't be surprised if they put us on a lockdown. Yes, welcome, T-Bay. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you're enjoying the channel. Yeah, so I would not be surprised if they don't try to put us on a lockdown and tell us we can't go out because of the air quality. And I remember, like, back when they had us on a lockdown before, I think this happened in Philadelphia or up north. They were shooting people literally with rubber bullets. I saw tanks in the freaking residences down the street, and they were yelling with bullhorns, and they told people to go back in their houses. So what do you call it? Martial law? They're
I
trying
actually,
to do. Mm-hmm.
I actually seen those videos like way. I think it was way back during the pandemic. Though you can't find those videos right now. They tried their hardest to remove it off
Scrub the
the internet.
internet. And if you notice, y'all, if you notice, like I was talking about this earlier, how it seems like YouTube. I used to watch YouTube for educational stuff and documentaries. Now I can't even really find a lot of documentaries like that I was used to a couple of years ago. Stuff that I was into, I'm not finding any of that stuff. All that keeps coming on my timeline is all this stupid stuff about um just celebrity gossip, who's beefing with who had a baby with. I don't care about these people. What I am more concerned about is the quality of life that we have here. Like my everyday life. Like the city girls are not going to help come save my life if I can't breathe the air quality. A lot of these a lot of these people have already built underground bunkers and stuff, like the Kardashians, Bill Gates, and all of them. They already have underground bunkers. So if something really were to happen, who
They
do
be
you think?
cool.
Who do you
They'll
think?
be safe.
Exactly. Who do you think the sitting ducks are? We don't have the monetary funds to do half the stuff that they can do. So if something really were to go down, what's going to happen to us? You know what I'm saying? I could care less about these celebrities.
Especially on CNN and Fox News, they just talking about Donald Trump all day. And I just, this comes a point in time, I'm like, I don't care no more. And I'm like, this nigga is not even in office. Why do y'all care? Why do y'all care? Trump invented taxes. Who cares? Who cares?
They want us to care. And like, I just checked out from the whole presidential nonsense. Like, when they put Biden, I was just checked all the way out when they put Trump in office. I said, this is a joke. You know what I'm saying? And I stopped voting because I know that they already have their narrative and agenda set already. Like when they put, and I fell for it, when they put Obama in office, back in 2008, I was like, yeah, I'm voting. But then when I started to get older and realized that was an agenda, that was to give us a false sense of hope. You put someone in there and make him look like he's melanated and give our people hope, but he does nothing for us. I just
Right.
gave up on it. You know what I'm saying? You
No,
said,
I,
go ahead.
No, I agree with you. I didn't even bother voting during the 2020 election. I'm like, this is a lose-lose situation. Trump is a moron. Biden is a moron. What solution is there? It was a joke. It was a laughing stock.
Man, we gotta save ourselves. We gotta come up with our own solutions. These people are not, they are worried about their own agenda. Like this political warfare stuff has nothing to do with us. That's got something to do with them and their 13 bloodlines that goes on in their family, the trilateral community, the Rothschilds, the Bilderbergs, all them people, they already got this stuff going that they're gonna have done. They don't care about us. That's what I'm saying. Y'all should have been listening to Michael Jackson when he said they don't really care about us. That's why they took him out, because he was really giving real messages in his music and he knew what was going on too. But Black revolutionaries said the smoke in the East Coast, New York, and other states are coming from Canada. It's blowing a lot here, and I am 5 hours away, and we're smelling the smoke where I am. How did these fires get started? That's what I want to know. Because I
Man
know
made. Man made.
every summer, knowledge seeker, if it's always in California, and it's all these miles and acres and acres and acres of land and trees are getting burnt. And I think they're doing it deliberately, because if people decide they want to live off the grid and go in the woods, they're not going to have anywhere to go. Why would you burn the land? It's not spontaneous combustion. Trees are not just, have y'all ever tried, and I tried it. Have you ever tried starting a fire with wood? It is very difficult. You got to have, first of all, you got to have the right type of wood, and you got to rub and rub and rub. And you know how I know that this sounds like some nonsense? Have you ever watched Survivor? Have you ever watched those channels where people have to live off the land and then they win the prize at the end? Those
Hmm.
people go through so much trying to start a fire at night and keep the fire going. So how is it that all these acres and miles of trees are just spontaneously burning down every summer?
It's them. It's them. Because I'm from California myself, though. It's just like wildfires have become normal in my 20 something years living here, though. And they always said it's just that it's up north. The trees just like they just catch on fire because of the heat. You are right. They are. It is man made. It took a while to figure this out, but it is man made. They are burning the trees themselves, and you are right. Do you know how hard it is to take wood together and rub it up and down to start a fire? So how do trees just like standing in the air, standing around, gonna catch on fire by itself? That's impossible.
It's not making sense to me. That's all I'm saying. And they don't want us to use our logical sense because they want people to stay high and smoking weed all day, right? They want you on Percocet, Molly, Percocet, chase a bear,
And, and
never
who
chase
got
a
the
bear.
and who
Go
got
ahead.
the biggest and who got the hardest mixtape, or like and the best 3 pointers in the league and stuff
Right.
like that, or who shit on who, and who got who pregnant.
And you want to talk about the league, and a lot of those basketball games are rigged. The NBA, the NFL, a lot of those games are already rigged, and it's based off politics, y'all. I mean, people know this, but some people don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because it gets their mind off of stuff. It's like a mental break away from the real world. Because honestly, this real world can be a lot for people. Like every single day, you make it through Monday through Friday. You just want to relax on the weekend. You want to chill. You want to watch the game. But even the games are rigged, y'all. It's based off politics. Sorry to tell y'all. Sorry to break some people's hearts out there, but it's the
I
truth.
I discovered that when I was a teenager, and then once I can't watch the game no more if I know it's fake, and I already know they're gonna pick a winner by the end of the game. What's the point of watching it though? So it's
You
yeah, you're
know,
right. It's politics.
you know what I did not know was rigged, y'all. But you
What?
cannot judge me because I was a child back then. I was so into WWF wrestling. Like I was the biggest wrestling fan. Like I was into the Hulk Hogan, the Ultimate Warrior, all of them. Okay, all of them. Remember with Jake the Snake Roberts and Earthquake, the $1 Million Man, and Virgil, y'all. I really thought the stuff was real. I didn't know it was fake until later on in adulthood. And I started watching. I was like, why does this stuff look so fake? Because it was.
It was.
I
They
didn't know any
trained them beforehand how to do them flips and tricks and body slams. And yeah,
better.
it's
Right.
fake. But my heart was broken at a young age when I found out that American Idol, America's Got Talent, and X Factor was rigged. That
Are you?
broke my heart. I used to really think they actually pick real winners though, but like they already know who's gonna win before the show even begins.
That's so sad, man. I mean, and then another thing too. I used to watch American Idol,
Hmm.
but I just think some people came on there just to be entertaining. Like, do you remember that guy? He was like, she bang, she bang, she. I don't know if you remember him. He was like an Asian guy and he could not sing. She float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. He couldn't sing. A lot of
Hmm.
people couldn't sing, y'all. But I think they just came on just to be entertaining. I don't think they were real people.
You
Big
think
fat.
so?
Like I don't think they were really like trying to be like a contestant for real, for real. I think some of them were just on there to be entertaining. That's what I think.
Okay,
Maybe
I can kind of see. Yeah, I can kind of see what you're
because
saying
I
right
mean,
there.
come on now
My
to
10 seconds
secret.
of fame. My
You
10 seconds
know
of
if you can sing or not. You know if you can sing or not. Like really.
fame.
Like what family member would tell you to go on national TV to embarrass yourself like that?
Oh, is it really okay? Now it really does really make sense though, because yeah, you would know if you can't sing or not though. So they just really went up there to just I'm gonna act a fool and have my 10 seconds of fame.
Mhm. Basically, so that I had to disengage from that after a while. Solar God said, all sports are rigged. You said, oh, yes, me too. What was it, Solar God? You were into wrestling too? Melanated Chick said the Super Bowl is the biggest lie. It's about the numbers and owners.
Oh, the Super Bowl, that is some really Freemasonic nonsense they got going on though, because every Super Bowl is just some devil nonsense and it's all planned propaganda, especially back in 2016 with Beyonce giving, respect to the Black Panther Party during the Super Bowl though. That was all staged from beginning, all right. That was just political climate PR nonsense.
You know what I noticed too about a lot of these entertainers? They're all pro Black Power when it's cool to be pro Black Power. You notice that?
I
Then
know.
they're not. The next year they're not. But when it's cool to be that way, they are. Now everybody's so woke. You remember when Jay-Z came out with that album 444? And then everybody was like,
Hmm.
oh, Jay-Z 444. Oh, he dropping gems. I'm like, you sound dumb and stupid. Like, you can watch a documentary. Oh, did you hear what he said? Like, shut up. He said one little line and you get excited. I
Exactly.
don't understand the logic of people. It
When
just it makes no sense.
when these celebrities say jump, everybody be like, how high? And I get what you're saying though, because Beyonce, she has been pro-black for the past 4 or 5 years, but during her entire time in the industry, she has never ever cared about where she has come from. All right, but then now in this political climate, you want to say you got hot sauce in your bag and all this money, and they can't take the country out of me, but your hair gets blonder and blonder. I don't notice that you claim black power and like power to the people, but your hair gets blonder and blonder. That's a contradictory too. No one talks about that. I can't stand that. She's a witch anyway. She's a
You
she's
you
a
gonna trip me
devil
out.
puppet witch.
Oh my God, you make me laugh. It seemed more real than it is now. The entire world is a game that's rigged. Yes. Soul of God be going deep too, man. Oh yeah, she bang, she bang. Yeah, you remember. And Tay said, then they go back to the Illuminati symbolism. Man, I'm telling you, yes, they do. They do. So it's just like, and I really think they do it to reel people in, like the people that claim that they're woke and enlightened. They're trying to win that crowd over too, because they know that we can see through their antics. And if they make a song or a visual and make it seem like, oh yeah, like they're about enlightenment, they're about empowerment, then they can win us over. But nah, because she set up there. Didn't she buy a church? I believe she bought a church, and I think Kanye West did something with a church. So I'm not going to church worshiping. That's idol worshiping. I'm never gonna idol worship no man that walks this earth. That's just a human being just like me. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. The difference between us and them is that they just have a bigger platform and they're being seen by so many people in the world, and they're being given opportunities and resources that a lot of other people don't have exposure to. But if you want to talk about talent, it's a lot of very talented people out here in the world. They just have not been given the opportunity. So that stuff does not move me. It does not behoove me. I am not impressed by it, because when you have someone to do everything for you, you have someone to style you, do your makeup, um, to basically tell you how to present yourself. You have a PR person, you have a manager, you have your whole life is managed. You don't have to deal with the everyday struggles of life. You don't have to go get oh, now I got to go get my tires rotated. I got to go get an oil change. I got to, worry about this and think about how I'm going to get this done. They don't have those issues. So of course they can just focus on their craft every single day, because they have people to organize their lives for them. They're not living out here in the real world. So like I don't get impressed by a lot of that nonsense. Then they yep. And then Solar God said, yep. And then yep, that's right, y'all. Y'all are on point. All of y'all are on point, on target.
You're
So
right. I still refuse to be impressed by what these celebrities do though,
yeah.
because you know you're right. They just have a whole marketing team to help them do what they gotta do, and it's just like it's yeah,
Yeah. So I'm
yeah.
just saying, like, think about it. I mean, whatever your talent is, if you had someone to basically introduce you to the right people to bring what you're trying to do into fruition, imagine how much easier that would make it for you to achieve your goal. Right? If you had the right type of exposure, if you're given the right opportunities and you get the money pushed behind you, anybody could blow up. But if you don't have those same opportunities, then it makes things a little bit more difficult to get done. And then coupled with the everyday challenges of life, there are people out here that are worried about health benefits, dental, vision, people out here trying to raise children, people trying to pay their bills, trying to go to work. People are out here really trying to survive. So that's why you cannot get so caught up in this entertainment nonsense, because that's all it is. It's what is it? They're trying to enter, and they're trying to contain your mind, and they're trying to take over your mentality. Entertainers, entertainment. And what are celebrities? They're entities being celebrated, but I'm not going to celebrate them, because they are just a walking human being just like the rest of us, and some of them are not human beings. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I already know what you're talking about.
Yes, y'all. She said, yes, facts. Anybody else want to come on up? I'm going to drop the link, but y'all, I'm not going to stay on here much longer. I do want to give a special shout out to everybody that has come into the building. Solar God, Tay Bay, Melanated Chicks, of course, Knowledge Seeker, and everybody in the little cut that's not saying anything, that's watching. And shout out to all the haters, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We got to send a shout out to all the haters. But anyway, yeah, we got to give thanks too. We got to, of course, give thanks for, just being able to be here to fight another day. The fact that we still have the necessities, I'm always going to say we have the functioning of our limbs, the functioning of our airways. We can breathe on our own. We can see, hear. We got all of our faculties, our senses. We're of sound mind, and judgment. And just know the devil, the evil entities are always attacking our minds. They're after our minds. Why? Because your mind is your most powerful, valuable resource. Once they take over the mind, the body will acquiesce, the body will follow. Okay, and that's how you keep people enslaved. You keep them mentally enslaved first.
I agree. I'm trying to actually protect my mind though, because like I don't have the news on. I don't watch the news no more though, and then I'm careful what I look through on my cell phone though, because these devices, the TV, the cell phones, the video games, it's all created by our enemies. So we live in a world run by Satanists. So I'm always have to protect my mind, because the best way to destroy people, you gotta attack their mind first. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
always kind of like, fight to stay sane, fight to stay positive. And you are right. Tomorrow is never promised though. A friend of mine's, his a family friend of his died in a car wreck like
Oh
last week
my
though.
gosh, I'm sorry
He,
to hear
he
that for your friend.
she she was pregnant. She was pregnant, and she had like two kids in the background that they got hit by like a truck, and like everybody died on impact. Though it's just like,
Oh,
and there was no remains. Like the truck, like it was like a movie scene. Everything
oh,
just blew up. And then once I heard that story, it lets me know, though, tomorrow is like never
yeah.
promised. So you never know when you're gonna go back home.
Yes.
So I'm trying to make the best of what the Creator has done for me.
Yes, shout out to you and blessings to your friend. I'm so sorry to hear that. And I just all I can say is I just hope that their spirits just live on, and it's really nothing you can say, but I'm sorry to hear that. I have, and it's interesting that you mentioned that, because I have a friend too, and he's not that old, but his father just recently passed away, and it was very tragic in the way that it happened. Y'all be careful with these hospitals. I don't trust them. His father was breathing on his own. Okay. But his father did have like medical complications. So my friend was the only one taking care of the father. He was back and forth in the hospital. He was trying to take care of the household, trying to just bring everything together. He didn't have any siblings. He didn't have his mother. His mother had already left off the earth, and he didn't have any relatives. So it was just him and his father that were living together for many years. So his father was
Mm.
like, became real sick. He was in the hospital. So one weekend, this happened maybe 2 weeks ago. They took his father into the hospital, and then while he was away, the medical staff said, "Oh, we're going to intubate him," meaning they're going to put him on a ventilator. That's when you put that little thing, I guess, to their throat so they can breathe. But everyone knows, if you don't know, well, you should know this at this point. If a patient is breathing on their own, you don't intubate them, because that can actually obstruct their airway. That interferes with
Mm.
them breathing. And that's how a lot of these um, Cupid shuffle victims ended up not surviving, because that's what happened to them, a lot of them. And they put it on Cupid shuffle. Y'all know what I'm saying when I say Cupid shuffle.
I know
So
what you're saying.
they intubated the my friend's father. So basically, my friend was against it. He said, "No, y'all didn't contact me to do that. I'm against it." Well, they went ahead and did it anyway. So my friend tried to fight against it. He was calling numbers. He was doing this. He was doing that. Long story short, I couldn't be there with him because I'm in a whole different state. So I sent my father to go out there with them, to be with them, to see, just so he could have some type of support in the hospital. So the man was still breathing. Even with all of that, he was still breathing. So my friend was like, he wanted them to take that off of him, take this machine that he's hooked up to. He wanted that pulled away. He said he didn't need that. He was breathing fine on his own. So then they told him, well, if this happens, then you need to sign something, and we're not going to be responsible, because we feel like if we pull it off of him, then he might not make it. So my friend was just like
Ooh.
so distraught, and, trying to fight against these people, fight against the doctors, calling these different numbers, trying to get him
Jesus.
moved. They said they didn't want to move him because he was too in a fragile state. So finally, they did pull the equipment, and my father and the friend, they prayed over him, and they said that, he seemed to be still doing, well, breathing on his own. So he said that when they did pray over him, he seemed to be coming more back to life. However, they sent some type of chaplain in there. And then the nurses were in there, and the nurse was like, "Oh, well, he's dying. That's what's going on. Like, he's dying." And like my friend was like, "How you just gonna, I guess I could understand how he felt. How you just gonna give up on somebody like that and just be so rude and cold and callous and say that like that in front of him?" And the chaplain came in there and was, talking to him and praying over his father. And he just really got irritated. And he told the chaplain, he said, "Get out of here. Leave before you end up like my father."
Oh my God.
Yeah. And so, long story short, it wasn't much longer. And even though he was breathing on his own, he took his final breaths, and he was gone. And he sent me the pictures, and I didn't know he was going to send me those pictures, y'all, but it just did something to me to see someone gasping for air, fighting for their lives, and just, it was sad, y'all. So all I'm saying is, like, be real careful with these hospitals, because I've heard so many stories of people telling me about their family members, especially their parents and relatives, being perfectly fine when they go into the hospital, and they're not okay and never make it out the hospital. And you really need someone to sit with your relative 24 hours around the clock. taking notes, asking questions, because they will experiment on your relative. And they do. I understand that one of my friends was telling me, she used to work in the medical field. They do get paid off of how many bodies that don't make it out of the hospital. They get some type of funding for that.
Oh my God, they trying to exterminate us. That's why, man, that story is heartbreaking. But bro, I don't trust these hospitals. I'm trying to do
Yeah,
natural remedies. If I get sick, avoid these places at all costs. That's heartbreaking about that story. I almost
yeah.
cried. That's that's just wild, bro. I
Yeah,
can't.
man, it really
I
touched me.
can't.
So, I just want people to be careful. So, knowledge seeker, when you shared that story, like we really don't know what's gonna happen, and like we were saying earlier, all this nonsense in the rap lyrics and the social media and this nonsense, it doesn't really matter. It When it comes to the grand scheme of things, this stuff is not important. Melanated Chick said, I wouldn't know what to do with 600 million like Jen and Ben Affleck spent on a house. You know what? They might have spent all that on a house. Are they happy together? Are they happy? Those people have no worries. That's not true. Because when you dance with the devil, you will never have peace. They have personal assistants 24 hours, 7 days a week. Yeah, money can buy a lot, but it can't buy peace. I promise you that.
That's a fact. Why do you think these celebrities be losing their minds or dying of a drug overdose? And
Yes.
it really makes me wonder. It's just like you
Yes.
have all this money and wealth, but you're gonna die off a suicide or a drug overdose.
Telling you.
That
Yeah, I'm
ain't happening.
telling you. They be going crazy. Melanated people are the most suffer from depression due to us trying to survive. Yes, that is a proven fact. That is a fact. Sorry to hear about that, knowledge seeker. Yes, these hospitals are very dangerous. And Tay Bay said, I hate hospitals. I do too. I've always hated hospitals, even when I was younger, because I didn't like the smell of them. And it always seemed like every time you end up in a hospital, it's like bad news. I'm not a fan of hospitals. They're depressing. That's just how I feel.
Also, they want to take your DNA and clone you because
Mhm.
I there are times as a kid I going for a routine checkup, just a normal checkup, like body checkup, then have to draw and take blood from me. And I'm like, why they always have to take blood from me every time I
Mhm.
go in there, y'all? I'm telling y'all, they want our DNA for something bigger. Especially black people DNA. They want it for something bigger.
Oh, I'm sure they're cloning us. I'm sure they are. I remember telling my nurse I had trouble gaining weight and she recommended birth control. They just want your money. Tay Bay, I've always been on the petite side and I wanted to gain weight, but I think my metabolism is just extremely high. um, and birth control, that is still hormones that are going into your body. And so you still got to kind of be careful with that too, because they can have side effects. So I would just say, if I could give you an advice, what helped me was just going to the gym and lifting weights. I could look at pictures from like 2017 to now, and I could see where I had gained weight from lifting weights, because that also increased my appetite. And it's just a healthier way of doing things. So just don't worry about your weight. Just know that if you're healthy where you are, love yourself where you are, everybody else will love you. Not all of us were meant to be thick, thick with it. You know what I'm saying? We're not meant to be that way.
Hmm.
OMG. And Tay said, yeah, that was years ago. I just have a better diet and work out. That's what's up. And that's all you got to do. And that's all these BBL people need to do. Like, everybody is not meant to be looking one type of way. If that were the case, our creator would have made us all looking the same, but we were not meant to all. Some people are tall, short, thick, petite. It's just different types of people, different everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes the world so diverse. So all of these rap lyrics telling you need to look this way, you need to do that, get a BBL for what? And people not making it out of surgery. It's not worth it, y'all. Love yourself, okay? Brown girls are beautiful all day, every day. Hashtag no days off. Well, why
Which is
couldn't you just tell me that? I know. What's good, knowledge seeker?
Now, which is so funny, you was just saying these rap lyrics be telling people, these girls, to get this work done. A cousin of mine's even sent me an article that like young teenagers from like 15, 16, or
Oh
like
my
even
God.
13 wants to get plastic surgery to look like a Snapchat filter or to look like a influencer that they see on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. So I'm like,
Hmm.
you gotta pray for this youth though. They don't like their face, don't like their body. They want to get work done at a young age to look like a video vixen, to look like a social media influencer.
At this point, social media is dangerous. It really is. It's dangerous because we didn't have that growing up, and I'm in a way I'm glad we did not, because it was already bad enough, okay? When you factor in the music and the lyrics and the videos, but now with the social media, it like makes it that much worse. And they're sending the wrong message because nobody looks perfect. Nobody is perfect. If you got to go and get surgery for your face, for your lips, for your this and your Botox, and you got to get a waist trainer and you're tucking in your organs and you're just getting all this surgery and cut on, you are really what they call sabotaging your body. And to be that young, 15, 16, in your 20s, your body is not even done growing. You know what I'm saying? Like some females do not actually start thickening up until they get into their late 20s or 30s or when they have children. And some women are just going to naturally be petite anyway. So I just feel like embrace how the creator made you, enjoy your genetics and your DNA. That's what makes you unique and special. And some people, they do too much, okay, like K Michelle, and then they get the implants removed. Or like Cardi B, she said she got her implants removed because that stuff is toxic to your body and it will cause issues later on down the line. If you want to have children, you don't want to bring your child into a toxic body being delivered. You know, this world is already toxic enough. You need to set your womb to be as healthy as possible, to be full, like just full of nutrients. Why would you want to inject all this stuff in your body? You haven't even had children yet. Like it doesn't make sense. People really need to really themselves love themselves, literally. That's the message I want to send from Brown Girls Beautiful. Walk in your divinity, you all. And of course, you know, I want to say shout out to the melanated women, melanated queens, melanated kings, all the young princes, princesses out here. Continue to walk in your divinity. We want to love ourselves. The message also that I wish to convey is some of the most beautiful spirits fight the ugliest wars. Y'all know it's true. The most
Mhm.
beautiful spirits fight the ugliest wars, y'all. But we're not going to let that stop us. We're going to stay diligent out here. Thank you, everybody, for who has been a part of today's live stream. And I look forward to the next one. I don't know when it's going to be, but I will make the announcement. And until next time, you all stay beautiful, stay blessed.
All right, thanks for having me. I'm about to check out, so it's good hearing from everybody. I'm signing off.
All right, y'all, signing out. Y'all know how we do. We got to break out into one of our little commercials. Stay winning, y'all. What we going to play? Our skater for the day. All right, y'all. Until next time, I just want to say blessings to you all. And I do have another YouTube channel, y'all. So check me out on my Instagram page. The Instagram is BGABTV. That's BGAB for Brown Girls Are Beautiful. Okay. BGABTV. Check me out there and click the link in the bio. That's how you get to my new YouTube channel. All right. For all of those out there who didn't know, now you know. All right, y'all. Signing out. Till next time. Stay winning.